Hello! A focus on all your curiosities and answering all your questions. Curiosity Knowledge Zoom! MC Young Ji-kang here. Have you ever heard of the term KHFF? It's an abbreviation for Korean Health Functional Food. When we talk about Korea's functional health foods, you can't possibly ignore or forget Atomy's products. Confidently run your own business with Atomy's high-quality products. I wonder which leaders will join us today to answer our curious questions using their knowledge of the Atomy business. I'll be back when the sun rises. Life's many hardships exist, so we can finally be with Atomy, straight as a solid pine tree. Atomy's righteous lifestyle hero, Royal Master Yongkyung Lee. Hello, welcome!
Hello everyone, great to be here. Royal Master Yongkyung Lee here.
After finding Atomy, she's been living the life of a queen. Atomy's Aurora Queen Crown Master Sungshim Kim. Hello, welcome! Hello everyone, Crown Master Sungshim Kim here. Great to be here. Before we get right into the questions, I'd like to hear from you what it's like to be here today.
Sure, I've had fun watching this program online, but being here on set doesn't seem so easy. I'll do my absolute best regardless.
Sure. I'll do my best as well to help answer your questions. Everything you're curious about. Let's get right to it. Curiosity, knowledge,
Zoom.
Let's begin. I feel that using the product before sharing info is the honest and best way to spread the word. But there are some members that disagree, leaving me troubled. How should I approach these kinds of members? This is our first question. Without using the product and without taking it around, it's like going to a battlefield without any weapon or armor. The reason is because you can't possibly introduce a product to people without using it yourself. I myself got this far through advocating just one cosmetic item I tried and tested. When you run your business, there are some that simply get lucky by acting a fool and approach things with a shallow mind, not using the product and pushing it on other people. You have to use our products in order to truly pass on the customer experience. I think the best thing to do is get in contact with members below them and start leading them. I also think that once point values start coming up, then that person won't be sitting idly by and watching. Huh? There are so many people using it, is what they might think and start using it themselves. So if you start seeking out those under them and keep talking to them, then I feel strongly that both of you will succeed in no time. What about you, Royal Master Yongkyung Lee? How do you think you'd help this member out?
Are they a consumer or a member? That's what I would ask. If they were a consumer, then I would think they're fine doing what they're doing. But if they were a member, then this kind of behavior means they will never succeed. Those that don't have much going on, this is when you use the products. Let's say you don't use the product, but only study and read up on it. When we introduce a product within our use of language, there's this thing called sincerity.
Yes.
So when you use the product and then explain it to people, even if you're not good with words, others will sense your sincerity within your explanation. That's why you need to use and test the product. If you're tight on funds and can't test the products yourself, but want to use them freely, then you should pre-invest. We don't condone investing in the products, but you have to be able to say for yourself, I used it myself and liked it. The people I referred the product to say they liked it. Depending on the number of people that used it, your confidence changes. I seriously suggest you use the products.
When I encounter a stranger during road contact, how can I enlist them as a member? Also, depending on if they accept it or reject it, how should I handle it afterward? What road contacting means is it's the training process, because this is a system of learning and training on site, but when you practice it on people you don't know, some might not like it and some might find it interesting. And when you keep at it for about 2 to 3 years and meet with them 2 times, 3 times, they become someone you know. That's why don't keep going to the same place like a bee, but keep working different areas like a fly, and soon you'll find your answer.
If you don't know anyone, then road contact is a must. Just as Dr. Sun-Young Lee taught us regarding the simple exposure effect, we should wait until they ask us, what is it that you do? Which is the proper contact method.
That's correct. So once that happens, what should we do next?
When that happens, if you approach with a, just hear me out first, then it won't be very effective. You have to be able to customize your approach to suit the person.
Yes, that's right.
When people I know say, what is it? Tell me more. At this moment, make sure you say nothing. What I mean is, don't be the first to talk about yourself. Once you get those acquaintances that you can periodically drop by to chat with, those that have higher contact rates and times will be quicker to join up.
But if you encounter someone that isn't interested, what should you do?
Simply put, expect that you're going to be rejected when you meet them. You've got to keep a straight face, though. Be empathetic of the person that rejects you. Then they'll say, "Don't come back again." "Oh, okay. You want me to come back again." That's how you should respond.
With humor.
They'll laugh along for sure. They'll laugh and then think to themselves, "This person really works hard. Maybe that's the way to make things work." If they say not to ever come back and you really don't go back, then they really won't want to meet you again. This is maybe one way that people can understand what road contact means and think about it in this way. Today you might go and sell a water purifier or maybe go and make some sales in cosmetics. Try to go for those contacts.
Right. A partner customer reported their Atomy revenue as only $50. What's the best way I can help them understand the true value of revenues? Among our affiliates, there are so many partners that have never done network marketing,
Right.
me included. At first, I heard so often, there's only $50 to be made. What's the point of doing business from a lot of the partners? That's when I'd talk and tell them about the principle of multiplication. If they still couldn't grasp what I was saying, I would talk about supermarkets.
Supermarkets?
Yes, large supermarkets. Let's say that when I begin the business on my own, I can earn $50 just from myself using the products. But the supermarket that I run only has me and my sister using it. But when customers start to increase, then by the principle of multiplication, just imagine how much revenue can be generated. This is how I would relay my message. I've been buying from someone else's supermarket, but now I'm buying from my own supermarket, right? And to think if my supermarket will give them money, would customers go elsewhere? Will they or won't they? They won't go elsewhere. In simpler terms, get customers for my supermarket was how I thought about it as I started my business. Royal Master Young-Kyung Lee, how did you explain it to members?
Everything has a price and what's called a value. Let's say 10 cents is worth 10 cents. If it was a first edition mint, value of that coin would be tremendous. That's why we need to take a look at how this $50 was generated. To see it as customers coming together and having to continue repurchasing, and to admit to this fact can only mean it holds tremendous value. Just as I increase my spending, my partners and my customers will also soon increase their spending, which means that $50 will, as I do my business and my partner does their business, and my partner's partner does business, then that business's $50 will become $500. $5,000 will become $50,000. We've witnessed these cases time and time again ourselves, so understand the meaning behind price and value, and take a look at these people who spend $50 and try to gauge how much of a possibility there is for them to become members, or if for them to keep spending this much. I think it's more important to be studying these types of things.
So don't look at the now, but take a step back and look at the big picture instead. After COVID-19, the trend seems to be taking on a second job, but because it's a second job, it can only lead to less participation. How can I best guide them to not lose focus? This is the next question.
Times may be tough, and sometimes another job is the only other option, but I would rather like to ask instead why they need a second job. And what's the best answer? To later focus solely on Atomy. "I have a second job" is the kind of answer that, if said with confidence, is all that you need, I think. In order to continue the passion, as long as you are certain about your vision for Atomy, there's no way it will lose steam. If this is certain, then Atomy as a second job may even be more beneficial.
At first, before I came across Atomy, I used to own a karaoke business.
Yeah.
To simply quit that and jump all into Atomy was way too scary. I was like that too. But if you try to do two jobs at once, you can't focus solely on one or the other. My karaoke business lagged and my Atomy business saw no progress. Back then, I worked two jobs for just 4 months before focusing solely on this one. So if you think the job you have now is your main one, you need to change that mindset. "I'll quit this job soon and Atomy will be my main job" is the mindset you should have so that you can sooner rather than later be able to do Atomy full-time. Without that kind of mindset and constantly thinking of Atomy as a second job, in my opinion, it will only take much longer.
Right.
Determine the time frame and goal before you act.
That's right.
I see. Yes. For the next question, we have a person standing by to ask her question herself. Hello there. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Could you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I work at the Ilsan Nuri Center and work hard at my business, and my name is Sales Master Min-Seo Kim.
So what are you curious about?
One of my customers drinks Hemoham, and their health improved. And it's been 2 years since they switched supermarkets and started using Atomy products. Even though they trust the product and enjoy it, they do not like the company itself. How can I talk about the company to these types of people?
You say that the customer expresses dislike. What about the company do they dislike?
That person used to work for a different network marketing company and must have lost a lot of money. Maybe it's the image as well that they dislike.
They themselves, when working in network marketing, had negative experiences, so maybe that's the reason why.
In those situations, there's something that I always tell them. The only place to reclaim the trust and money that you lose from a pyramid scheme is Atomy. Our chairman said Atomy receives a lot of criticism. Why? Criticism is needed where criticism is due. Then at Atomy, let's see what people criticize us about and not do any of it at all. And if that doesn't work, we quit too. I remember this is what he said. What he meant was that he wanted to rewrite the history of network marketing all over again. At Atomy, there's nothing negative that anyone should worry about, but it's not the easiest to relay this as a salesperson. So in these situations, try to ask and see exactly what they don't like, and then discuss it with your sponsors so that you can relay it back to that person, and maybe that person can become a valued member.
Our company is registered also as network marketing, so there is a need to help that person understand the details so that they can change their mind. It's most likely that this person doesn't know the true value of Atomy. Be sure to emphasize what we do differently compared to others, is what I think she's trying to relay to us. Does this solve your curiosity?
Yes, this helps a lot. And I'll be sure to explain it to them in detail. And act together with my sponsors to help him become a fervent customer.
Thank you. I don't have a sponsor. I'm a member without support. I have a new partner, but I'm at the limit of my capacity. What should I do? This is the next question. When you try to grow your organization, you may come across barriers. For instance, when I had 50 people together, how do I break through from this point on was my biggest concern. So I turned to Imperial Master Jungsu Park. I can't think of anything more to do. What should I do? So she responded, "You're doing a great job as is. You have that 1% advantage that others don't have easily." What that 1% advantage is passion and love. What I wasn't good at, I can have the partner explain the business. Meaning, if I simply focus on that 1%, then I'll succeed in the end. When you're having trouble battling yourself, then the best way out is your mentor. I always tell my partners to find a mentor and set up a mentorship. It doesn't matter if it's family. Just find a mentor. Talk it through with them and win that struggle, and I think you'll succeed.
Even among the many, many members that came before us, there are those that achieved tremendous success. Our chairman said, for those types of people to do well, the company has a system in place, and above that, there are so many sponsors available. If you keep looking, I'm positive there won't be a sponsor that won't counsel or like you. You can get every kind of information that you need, and sometimes there are things your sponsor can't do for you. That's when you take it on as your destiny. Use all the lectures available to move forward, and I'm sure you'll get great results. Atomy is all about united cooperation. If the question is, you're cut off from a sponsor? Still, there's a system that lets you work together with the company, and that's Atomy.
Curiosity, knowledge, zoom! So, we had this time today to answer some questions some of you out there may have. How was it today? I feel like my passion has been renewed again. It was great today. Thank you. What about Royal Master Young-Gyun Lee?
Whenever you're curious or aren't sure, just ask and there will be answers. I wish for everyone's success.
We'll be back next time with even more useful questions. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
Goodbye.